following is a presentation of PigskinDispatch.com. You can also find our podcast, the Pigskin Daily History Dispatch podcast, on any podcast aggregator, and look at our YouTube channel, Pigskin Dispatch. This is the Pigskin Daily History Dispatch, a podcast that covers the anniversaries of American football events throughout history on a day-to-day basis. This is your host, Darren Hayes, and we're broadcasting from the Pig Pen in Western Pennsylvania, bringing you the memories of the gridiron, one day at a time. So, with Mike and Gene Monroe, as well as Jason Neff supplying us with the tunes, let's go no huddle through today's football history headlines. It's kickoff time. Good day, gridiron guys and gals. It's time for your Pigskin Dispatch video. Our next legendary birthday is September 6, 1901, and that belongs to George Wildcat Wilson. He was the halfback from the University of Washington. Wildcat showed his importance to the Huskies team in the 1926 Rose Bowl game. Wilson's dominant performance for much of the first half of the granddaddy of them all had opponent Alabama on their heels and down by a couple of scores. The Crimson Tide finally got a break late in the second quarter when George Wilson left the game due to injury. The Tide rolled on at that point, led by Johnny Mack Brown with 20 unanswered points, and were driving down the field to score again when the banged-up Wildcat Wilson entered the contest and was significant in stalling the Bama drive at the Husky 12-yard line. Wilson then guided the Washington offense down the field and capped off the drive with Wilson throwing a 20-yard strike to John Cole for a touchdown. It was not enough as the Tide held on to win the game 20-19. The stat line of the game showed that with Wilson on the field, the Washington Huskies gained 317 yards and put up 19 points. When he was out, they mustered a mere 17 yards and were shut out while the Crimson Tide scored all 20 of their points in that 22-minute absence of Wilson from the contest. It really put Alabama on the map as a prominent in the college football landscape. The 1926 Rose Bowl has gone down in history known as the game that changed the South. But it could have been a much different game had Wildcat Wilson played the whole game. Needless to say, the College Football Hall of Fame invited George Wilson into their exclusive Club of Legends in the 1951 enshrinement class. We invite you to check out our website, PigskinDispatch.com, not only to see the daily football history, but to experience positive football with our many articles on the good people of the game, as well as our own football comic strip, Cleat Marks Comics. PigskinDispatch.com is also on social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget the Pigskin Dispatch YouTube channel to get all of your positive football news and history. A special thanks to the talents of Mike and Gene Monroe, as well as Jason Neff for letting us use their music during our podcast.